Dexter may be blinded by the light, but it looks like Deborah is being blinded by Lundy as she seems to be losing interest in her partner, whose name I can't
Anton.
Anton, that is the one. And Deborah's losing so much interest in Anton that I even forgot his name. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment for episode 3 of season 4, and this one is called Blinded by the Light. And Dexter's got enough problems in his hands, on his hands, but he had one more in this episode, and that, of course, was a neighborhood watch. The one thing this guy doesn't want, he wants to just be invisible. He just wants to blend into the background, but you can't really do that when pretty much the entire neighborhood is teaming up together to try and catch a vandal, and they're all having these little meetings, and yeah, it's just one issue that Dexter didn't need.
Absolutely not. Anton blends into the background very easily. That's what Dexter wants, but see the Anton character for me, man, he is a nothing burger. See when he was spending times on cruise, I say earlier this season we had 3 episodes, but that's the best it got for him, wasn't it?
He's when he wasn't there.
Like, the guy got like half his upper body skinned by George Skinner, and I couldn't care less. He's like a bad smell. He just walks through the door when you least want him. But anyway, that's neighborhood watch. I like this.
I think that's where it went downhill. Yeah, so we get the neighborhood watch, and Dexter's trying to make out he's one of the guys. He's one of the lads. He's trying to blend in with his neighbours. One of his neighbours pushes Cody into the pool, so Dexter then tries to do the same by pushing in Astor, and it didn't have the same effect. And Rita got annoyed by this, but you know what? I get annoyed by Rita. I thought in season 1 she was okay because she just came across as the beaten ex housewife or whatever, and you felt sorry for her. But I don't know. Do you not think ever since season 1 onwards, man, she's just becoming like a nag? It's like I think she's very controlling over Dexter. Seems to, and I know.
Yeah, it's one thing Astor taking this badge. She's like 10 years old, right? Didn't want to, get embarrassed at a party. I get that.
She didn't want to get embarrassed because there was a teenage kid there who looked fucking about 18.
Yeah, but should Rita not be like, Astor, he meant it as a joke, right? Don't take it bad. But instead takes Astor's side. But you're right.
Yeah, she runs over with a towel. It's like, oh, here's a towel. I mean, it's not like fucking Dexter pushed her in. She was naked or some shit. I don't understand it, man. But I don't know. So I feel like no matter what Dexter does, Rita's always complaining.
Yeah, and she doesn't know the half it. Maybe she finds out the other stuff.
Yeah, how would she actually be acting if she knew the truth about what Dexter actually does? And I don't know, man, this episode, the whole thing we asked her on this kid, I get it that they're trying to show that this kid could be the guy that's destroying properties and he's the guy that is vandalizing the community and stuff like that, but he looked way too old to even
I think the problem is that they needed someone old enough to be destroying property and for Dexter to deal with them. But therefore, that's a problem when it comes to Astor, because let's be honest, if the guy was closer to Astor's age and he was 11 or 12,
Dexter's going
sneaking into his bedroom and then, wait a minute, it's Andy. I don't know, it would have been weird. But the problem is, then, I think if they made the guy about 13, 14, it would have been a bit less weird. But the reality, you're right, I mean, the guy looked 18.
Let's sum all this up. There was some wee cool meetings and stuff like that, the neighbourhood watch, and there's one particular scene where Dexter goes on the prowl and he's going to try and catch the kid, but the followers of the neighbourhood get Dexter before he can get him, and then they start giving chase to Dexter, believing that he is the vandal. So Dexter has to try and escape and evade all these angry dads who are coming with their torches and their lanterns and all this stuff. And I mean, it was kind of funny, but it was filler at the end of the day.
It was filler, but it's you take Dexter and his dark comedy kind of out of this. It's garbage, isn't it though? There's nothing happening.
Yeah, but Dexter almost makes this work. He then sneaks into this kid's house, which is, again, I mean, is what it is, and then he realises, he's sleeping. Who is it? Who's doing it? And it turns out it's Andy. The kid's father's back. Dexter confronts him in the garage. He's wearing a ski mask. He basically says, you do this again, I'm going to rip your fucking head off. gets into a fight with Andy. Andy fights back. Then Andy admits that he's gone broke and his wife died, and ever since then he's struggled to make payments and he's going to lose the house and all this stuff. And Dexter's like, well, why don't you just focus on being a good father? So, I don't know, maybe we dig there at Harry. I don't know. I think Harry done a decent job actually bringing up that. Harry was dealt a bad hand.
Big match, John, but again, it's like, see this Andy guy? I feel like he almost got a bit too much offense in here on Dexter. He's a fucking drunk. He's a nobody.
I felt like Dexter wasn't trying to hurt him, like, you know.
No, I get that too, but Andy lives to fight another day at the end of the day.
Andy lives to fight.
It's artful though, and Dexter's like, I'm going to kill your son.
No, not my son! Not my son! So, yeah, Dexter leaves, and, I mean, he doesn't really care if this Andy guy loses his house. I mean, Dexter fucking kills people for a living. He's not got the mental capacity to process somebody going through a hard time, losing their...
I think Dexter wouldn't even care if he lost his own house.
No.
He's like, I'm more used to be outside killing people.
And this manages to put this arc to an end, so Dexter no longer needs to worry about, you know, these neighbourhood watches and all this stuff. We see the Trinity Killer push off the woman that he abducted last time out, and, well, he doesn't push her off, but he basically forces her to jump off this, like, big story building, this abandoned building. She then, the mother says, just push me, because I guess she doesn't want to commit suicide, but Arthur says, that's not how this works, you gotta jump. And when he threatens to break into her house and bludgeon her husband and kill her kids, she decides, well, I mean, I guess either I jump here or, you know, he's going to kill my entire family. And she lets go. She falls. Did she have a choice here? I mean, could she have tried to escape and get back home first and warn her family, or was she doomed?
I think she was doomed, but at the end of the day, it's like, as Lundy pointed out, he kills and frees and the third guy gets bludgeoned. Maybe her husband's going to get bludgeoned anyway. But she doesn't know that. And the problem is here...
Do you not think Arthur Mitchell kind of seems like a man of his word? Maybe he's got a code like Dexter. Do you not think because she did what he wanted that he will keep his word?
Yeah, but then that means if she tried to run, she was snookered.
Yeah, if she didn't successfully make it. So they get called out, they see this kill, and we get some scenes where Masuka is throwing off test dolls to try and see if she was pushed, if she jumped. They're trying to judge the landing. He mentions that he dressed up the dolls in miniskirts so they could see their panties. I mean, typical Masuka content.
Masuka, that Faruka, man. Absolute moonbeam of the highest order. He also got a cheeky VIP ticket to the Miami Dolphins, courtesy of Dexter, because Quinn gave Dexter them. But we'll get to that later on, because I like that scene between Dexter and Quinn, right? But what are we making of Lundy in his wee cowboy hat roaming the streets of Miami retired? I'm liking Lundy.
I'm liking Lundy as well. Lundy just doing his own thing, going about it his own way, looking like a badass. Not that he didn't in season 2, but he's definitely looking. I don't know. Is he going for that the curator?
He is kind of going for the curator.
The curator vibes from
you know, Lundy's
Dark Picture Games.
Lundy's put in Deborah's head here that it's probably not a suicide, but there's no proof towards that, so they leave it open as a murder.
I think
LaGuerta shoots it down like, nah, it can't be.
Lundy could say anything and Deborah would believe it.
Aye.
Anton then says that he doesn't need to travel anymore. He's got a gig here for a month, so he doesn't have to leave, and he can sleep in his own bed. And this, I mean, at this point, you just see Deborah. She kind of got it.
You know, she was, but I think the scene outside the police station when Dexter's sitting by himself,
awkward,
and then Anton and Deborah come over. Then Lundy sits down, and Dexter just can't read situations. He just can't be fucked. But he should be thinking, you know what? If I sit here, it makes it less awkward.
If I get up, it's going to be 10 times more awkward.
But he's like, fuck this shit.
But Dexter doesn't care. He gets up and he leaves Deborah sitting there with her current boyfriend and her ex, and then the conversation just turns into the murder. They're talking about it, and all of a sudden, you've got Lundy and Deborah talking about this, and them believing that it wasn't a suicide, and he's just sitting there like a spare dick, not having a single clue. He's trying to get involved in the conversation, but
I almost feel like
he just doesn't know.
There's like a law being broke here. Like, Anton's a diddy, man. Like, why are they speaking about this in front of him? Like, I get it, he's Deborah's boyfriend, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like the Lundy Code to be speaking in front of a civilian about these theories like this. No?
You know, I thought London maybe keep his cards close to his chest, but he's probably came to the conclusion that Anton isn't the killer. So we see Dexter get driven to work multiple times. He gets driven to work by Rita, and he's counting down the days. 6 more days to go. No, wait, technically 5.5 because I got drove on Saturday. She's singing Kama Kama Chameleon. And then
I'm a chameleon.
He gets driven around by Deborah, and then we see him get driven home by Masuka, who's in this like big ass like country Texas
4x4 pickup.
Just not what you'd expect to see this wee 5-foot Asian guy drive it in.
No, absolutely not, but it's brilliant.
Think Albert Chung drove one of these?
Fucking Albert Chung. Anyway, let's talk about Quinn, right? Quinn confronts Dexter about the whole Miami Dolphins tickets.
Gives him the tickets here. I can't go, Dex, but 2 tickets for you. Enjoy yourself. These are great seats, VIP. But 2 minutes later, we see Dexter slide the tickets into Masuka's shirt, and Quinn doesn't like it.
Yeah, I thought I only gave him 1 ticket. Turns out it was 2, but Quinn doesn't like this. He confronts Dexter, and Dexter's like, you know what, Quinn, stop kissing my ass. I don't care if you're a dirty cop. But this doesn't, sit well with Quinn. See, at the end of the day, right, see the term dirty cop is kind of...
Dirty Harry.
Yeah, Dirty Harry, but I feel like it's kind of, it's almost like dirty cops are known for, like...
Kills and stuff like that?
Yeah, killing other cops, keeping their own, siding with criminals to put other people behind bars. I don't necessarily think what Quinn's doing is dirty, right? But you can see why Dexter called him dirty. But Quinn took it fucking bad. He really did. But Dexter probably should have worded it better, but Dexter doesn't have the self-awareness to word it better. And I think he's made an enemy out of Quinn here by saying this, because Quinn took it up the ass. There's no 2 ways about it, like.
Yeah.
Dirty cop, it's gonna go in someone's pocket eventually, Dex. Why not mine?
Yeah, and then he's like, you wouldn't fucking know, you're not one of us, which is true. I mean, Dexter's not one of them at the end of the day. But yeah, he took it bad.
That's funny. They say Dexter's not one of us, right? Obviously, I don't know Dexter's a killer, right? But see, when you actually think of how, like, Dexter works stuff out and figures it out, like, 4 episodes before anyone else, he fucking may as well be a cop.
You could argue he's just as crucial to the department as any of the cops.
Yeah.
With his blood work, so, I mean...
No, but take away the blood work, it's like, he figures out stuff, like, way before they all figure stuff out.
I know, but I think Dexter's playing with an IQ of...
Now, that's what I'm saying. No, Quinn says you're not a cop, but... He's
lab geek.
He's better than a lab geek, though. They don't know half of it.
Dokes thought he was a lab geek.
What's up with you, motherfucker?
I think the Dokes kind of learned quickly that he's more than just a lab geek, I think.
Aye.
After that wee scuffle outside the...
Surprise, motherfucker.
What was it Dexter said? He ordered a bunch of bananas or something?
Aye.
Or the TVs.
I think it was bananas. Anyway, very good line there, but...
Imagine he offered Dokes one. Has it been a bit...
I think Dokes would have fucking killed him. Going on with bananas, motherfucker.
Was it TVs or bananas? I can't remember, but...
He said he was looking for Deb, did he not? But then he also said about the early shipment that he had and something.
I think he said the shipment... It was either a shipment of TVs or bananas. I think it was bananas. And then we had... I think we also had the Bananarama song playing.
Bananarama.
When Rita was driving Dexter to work. So, you know what, man? I can understand. I can understand why Quinn was pissed off about that whole dirty cop thing.
I can. I can, because he's not dirty, but it's just one of but I would say every cop in this show's dirty to a degree. Like, they're not dirty, but I wouldn't say there's any cop in this show that's clean. They all cut corners. But I feel like the best cops do cut corners. Like, see, you look across TV shows, who's like the squeakiest clean cop that always gets the job done but doesn't cut any corners? Name one.
Was Unser a dirty cop?
Well, yeah,
Sons of Anarchy legend.
I think he was a dirty cop.
More than dirty.
Fucking
patch member.
Patch member, man.
First 9, first 10.
First 10, Unser.
First 10. LaGuerta then, she doesn't care about Lundy and his little investigation because he doesn't work there. They go on the chase for Johnny Rose. They reckon he is the guy that's killing all the cops. They track him down with his high school girlfriend Nikki Wald. They get into a shootout with Maria. and Batista. They manage to escape, and Batista and Maria call it in. And I mean, not a lot happening there. They stop
I just
off.
don't care for Batista and Legatta's relationship.
Yeah, they stop off at a motel. They're having sex, having to discuss their alibi as to why they're late. And I mean, is it really crazy that they're going to be tracked? Well, why did you arrive to the scene 30 minutes late? Or what's it to you? I was taking an extended lunch or something. You know, like I just think it's crazy that they're on about.
Traffic was bad.
Oh, we have to get our story straight here, or they're automatically going to know that we're having a relationship. It's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? Here, you guys turned up 30 minutes late. You must be sleeping together.
Like, I know they're on good money, like, but to fucking just go to a motel room for like 20 minutes and pay like a full service charge and leave, fuck me. Batista, how much money you on, son? But yeah, this whole, the tourist murders. Who gives a shit? I care about Big Arthur Mitchell.
The Trinity murders are the real murders. Deb finds an article 30 years ago that's identical to Tarla Grant's case, the woman that was just killed, and the family in that case never believed it was a suicide. Quinn remains skeptical, but he's open to maybe doing some more investigation. Anton arrives to take Deb out for lunch, and she pretty much tells him, look, fuck off, Lundy's back. I don't want you anymore. She didn't say that, but I mean, you can just see here that see if this wasn't Lundy's case, she wouldn't care. She'd be out with Anton having fun and enjoying lunch. But because it's Lundy's case, she's so fascinated with it.
No, absolutely. That's exactly what it is. But here, I'll tell you what, I'm fascinated by it. Hope Lundy finds out. But I thought Anton was dead. I thought, we heard about the third guy gets bludgeoned. The third guy gets bludgeoned. I thought Anton was going to get bludgeoned here with a sledgehammer. Yeah,
also, it was kind of funny. Quinn was asked how they're supposed to simulate a run and leap because they didn't know if they committed suicide or not. And Masuka says people don't kill themselves that way, they just let go. I wonder if anybody has legitimately ever killed himself by running and leaping off something.
Yeah, with the intention of suicide.
See, you think about it though, see anytime you see suicide, it literally is someone just like standing at the edge of a cliff and letting themselves fall off.
Because they've came to peace with it.
It's not often. I've never really seen a show where someone's killed themselves by taking a run and leap.
Yeah, it's weird. Because I feel like if you ran and leaped, you'd be actually more prone to survive. I think your body would be more ready for the impact in a weird way.
Yeah, it depends how high you're jumping from.
No, it depends how high, absolutely. But like, I mean, if you jump off like the World Trade Center, which is not around 2008 whenever season set or whatever, but I mean, like, yeah, certain heights won't have an effect on it, but Masuka got serious for it.
Yeah, so maybe, I don't know, maybe Masuka, maybe it's personal to him. I hope Masuka's not ready to let go just yet. Yeah, Lundy does reveal to Dexter that the patterns, it's normally a young woman's artery cut in a bathtub, followed by a forced Muller jump to her death, and then a bludgeoned man. Weird combo, weird trio of deaths that the Trinity Killer likes to go for.
Yeah, and he's never killed in the same place twice until now, so what's that reason?
Yeah, and who knows? Lundy says that, that this could easily be 30 years that he's killing, and he says that, Dexter smiles when he finds out the cases are 30 years old, and then when he catches Lundy staring at him, he clarifies that it's impressive, but only in a very evil way. So Lundy here keeping an eye on Dexter. Maybe Lundy thinks that Dexter's appreciating this too much.
Maybe is it here? He could be appreciating this too much, but Dexter and Lundy, they got broke up too soon in season 2. I'm fucking all for this right here.
Yeah, we have Arthur Mitchell. He's sharing a wee drink with himself. He says, "Drink up, you're next." So I'm assuming here this is going to be his next victim that he's offering a virtual drink to.
But who's he talking to? Who's it going to be?
It's going to be a guy, bludgeoned. We'll have to wait and find out who that is, though. Quinn is with Christine at the police station. She wants more vacation murder information, but Quinn says she'll have to wait for the press relief. But she says that Laguerta and Angel almost got killed, so do not say anything about that. Nothing negative. Is what it is. Deb then talks to Masuka about the incidents, and the lab results show that Tarla was a jumper. Quinn reveals that Tarla had just been diagnosed with a small tumour. Possibly that was motive for the suicide, but Deb refuses to believe this because Tarla left no text messages, no suicide notes. She wants to believe Lundy to the very end.
Yeah, but they point out that not everyone leaves suicide notes, and that is true.
Yeah, Dexter did apologise to Astor, and she kind of accepted it. So
Cody was in his fort.
Cody was in his fort. What else? What else have we got here?
I mean, I guess you got the end of the episode with Dexter. He smashes the lights as Rita finds him.
Yeah, so after Dexter takes care of Andy, he's relieved. He's going back to his house. He's going back to his yard. His neighbour's light is flashing on him, shining on him. Dexter at this point just takes like a stick and smashes the light because I guess he's had enough. He's been blinded by the light. But Rita catches him and stares at him, probably thinking, "What the hell did you just do that for, Dexter?" So
she's going to think that he's the burglar.
He's a vandal. Anyway, that was the end of the episode. What's your thoughts on it? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was another good episode. It's very solid. With Dexter, I feel like every episode is really good, but it's very. I don't think you get like amazing episodes all the time. I think it's just really consistent, which sometimes makes for better shows. To be honest, I think Sons of Anarchy is a bit like that.
Yeah, I think it's a better concept to go like that. See this whole here. Let's have shite episodes, but when we deliver a good episode, it's fantastic.
Is that a dig at Game of Thrones? Maybe not shite like that.
No. Well, I mean, I just think the best TV shows are consistent throughout. I don't think you should be going into a season going, right, we're going to have to settle here for 8 very below average episodes, but there's going to be 2 that are phenomenal. That's it at the end of the day. But I mean, as for Dexter, yeah, I mean, it's a show about cops, so you're going to have like your wee generic filler storylines in there, like this Rose guy, but the Trinity Killer's the main event, and yeah, it delivered. Building up slowly, like a slow cooker with a big spicy bit of chicken in there, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
That's what I'm giving it, guys. 8 out of 10. We will catch you for episode 5. Until then,
Mate.
Episode 4. Almost jumped the gun. Until next time. Peace.